Hello, all, welcome back. So let's look into the today's lead code problem. The problem name is sum of k mirror numbers. Okay. So what we mean by k mirror number? Here we are mean by palindrome integers. Okay. So what we mean by k? So we are talking about we are having a means we are talking about a integer which is a palindrome in base 10 and as well as it is a palindrome in the base k format also. Okay, so let's go through the problem statement once. That a k mirror number is a positive integer. Okay, without having leading zero. Okay, that means which is read same as it is from the forward and the backward both side. Okay, in both base 10 as well as in the base k is at runtime. Okay, any of the format. For example, let's say we are having some cases. So what we have to do first, understand the palindrome. Okay, so as one implementation of 1 in base 10 is palindrome. Okay, similarly in base 2 it is 1. Okay, is a palindrome. For 3 and 5 is palindrome. Okay, single digit. And the implementation means it's based to implementation 1 1 1 0 1 1 1 1 1 0 0 1 are palindrome. Okay, let's say if there is a implementation of 10. Okay, so 10 is not palindrome. 11 is a palindrome, but its base implementation in base to implementation is 1011, which is not palindrome, so we will not consider this 11 as a or k palindrome. Okay, k mirror number. Okay, now what we have to do in this question, we are given a n. Okay, we are given a n, so we have to sum up the n such numbers which is k palindrome k mirror number. Okay, we have to sum up the first numbers n numbers and return the sum of all of them. So what will be the intuition here? So first we have to check, means first we have to check the number is palindrome and the minimum also. Okay, so we means we have to start from the 1 and go till the infinity. Okay, in this range we have to search the n. What we have to search? The n, first n such number which is satisfying the both condition, that is palindrome. Okay, and is palindrome in base k. Okay, in base k and in base 10. Okay, that number should be in palindrome, so we have to return the sum of such first n numbers. Okay, so how can we find? So for that, can we means can we generate all the combination, all the permutation? Okay, can we generate all the permutations? Okay, of such palindrome number. So how can we generate? So if we look into the range, means for odd size, this is the for odd size, what will be the palindrome? 1 2 3 kind of till 9. Okay, similarly for even size, if we want to generate such even size, this will be 1 1 2 2 3 3 kind of. Okay, so what we have to do, um, we are iterating over the ranges. Okay, let's say for odd one this one, and for even this will be 1 and 1. Okay, similarly, now what will be the next range? 10 to 10 to 99. The next range will be, after that next range will be coming from 100 to 999. In this range we have to find all the palindromes number. Okay, so how can we find? What will be the intuition behind that to generating the palindrome number? Okay, so there is a it, if we generate a even size. Okay, even size or odd size, so how can we generate? Suppose we are generating a palindrome number, so what we have to do, let's say there is a number 1 0. So what we have to do, we have to just divide by 10, and whatever the rest remainder will be there, we have to take it as it is. Okay, 10, for 11 it will be 1 1 1, for 12 it will be 1 to 1 kind of this. Okay, so simply what we have to do, whatever the number it is, we have to divide it by 10, then take a mode. Okay, then take a mod with 10. Okay, and this will be 10 plus this one. Okay, first we have to do what we have to do. We have to update by one place also. So 10 multiply by 10. Okay, only then we'll, after that we'll add this one. Or if we want to make even size, so how can we do even size? So for that, this will be 10. So what will be even size? 10. So first we have to include this one digit first place, then we have to include second digit, this one. Okay, so how can we do in coding side? So let's look into the code side. So this is the our intuition that will generate all the possible means from the such minimum palindrome will generate. Okay, then for each palindrome we'll check is it a palindrome in their kth base k representation or not. If it is a palindrome in their base k representation, then we add it their number in the our sum. Okay, so what will be our intuition? First we have to generate all the numbers. Let's say we are having n, so what we do, we'll take a while loop till n. Okay, till we find such and such palindromes, okay, which satisfying the condition. So thi- this is the first loop which is generating the odd length palindrome, and this is the second loop which is generating even length palindrome. So what we did initially, we'll initialize the our resultant from 0 and x from 1. Okay, so what will be the range from 1 to whatever the next upcoming element, means next range will be x times 10. Okay, so we have to fill this one. Okay, means 1 1 to 9. Okay, similarly 10 to 99, kind of this will be a range. Okay, in this range first we'll check. So what we have to do, we'll have to take right element. Okay, means we'll fetching the digits from the right side. Okay, so first we'll have to divide for generating odd length. So what we have to do, let's say there is a length element is 10. Okay, for this 10, this 0 is not needed. Okay, so that's why what we did 10 by 10. Okay, this resultant will be 1. Okay, so we are needed in the rest part for generating odd times. Okay, that's why we did write I by 10. Okay, now we'll take a loop until our right element is there, and here we'll generate their playing drum. Okay, which is initialized from I. So this initially num will be what, 10. Okay, here right, so here we are updating the number by, means what we are doing here, 10 will become what it will become, 10 will become 100, and in that 100 what we are adding one value. Okay, so the resultant will be 101. In this way we are generating the palindrome here, and after that we'll again divide that right rest of the thing also by 10. Okay, and in the end now we are generating a palindrome number. Okay, after that what we have to do, we have to check is that number, is that palindrome number is also a palindrome in their kth base k representation or not. If it is yes, then we have to update our resultant. Okay, and update the n value also. Similarly for even length, what you have to do, we have to consider both of them. Okay, means for even length this 10, so we'll consider in both of them, means 0 and 1. Okay, so that's why that's one thing is that we did not update this by 10. Okay, the rest of the code will be same. Now how can we check is the number is playing drum or not? Okay, in k base representation, so first we have to do, we have to convert the number x in base k. How can we convert? So for that first we'll calculate the number of bits or number of digits in the base k representation for this number. So how can we find? This is the means what we have to find here. We have to find log k. Okay, but we have to find log k for this value x. So how can we, this is equivalent to, this is equivalent to what? This is equivalent to can of log 10 of x divided by log can of their base k. Okay, this will equivalent to this. So we are using this one condition. Here we will fetch log k, log 10 of x and log 10 of k. In that value we'll add the 1. So it will give me number of digit in their mm, k base k representation. Okay. So based on that size, we are updating the means creating a vector base k and reserve their size based on that reserve size. So why we are doing this such thing? This is very important. Means for optimize our code in term of memory. Okay, I will show you later how it will impact. Okay, so first we'll look into the logic how we are fetching the bits. Okay, so to fetch the bits we have to do the mode operation. If x mod k is anything but whatever the remainder, so that remainder thing we have to push into the base k. Okay, so it will create means it will store the bi- digits in the reverse order. Okay, so but we have to we are interested only checking that is it palindrome or not, so we are okay with the reverse order. Okay, then we have to update k by k, x by k. Okay, now we have to check this base, this vector of base is palindrome or not. Then there is a simple logic to check that is a array of digits are palindrome or not. Okay, we start from left and right and apply that. Means check left side, left pointer and the right pointer. If it is not equivalent, then we'll return simply false, else we'll return simply true. Okay, the simple logic. So this is our whole implementation. But now we'll see my submissions also. Okay, so whenever I first submit, so what's the difference in my first submission? Let's look into this. So what I did in this, there is a multiple differences in my submissions. See, so and it is because of only this pushback operation. So first I only created a vector of int here base k and I did pushback operation. So whenever I did make a pushback operation, it will recreating a new means recre- reallocating the new memory allocation. Okay, so that's why it is taking that much size. So in after that to optimize more, what I did, I take this means I reserve the size by 31 bits. Okay, now that more further for more further optimization in this I did not get any of the thing. Then else here I get still little bit of thing. If I when I take the size of 12, so in that case I am getting the 400 MB. But when I calculate the exact bit, when I calculate the exact bits, means exact digit is needed for x integer in the k, in k base k formation, what will be the exact number of digits are needed. So based on that I am reserving the size. So see, there is a huge difference in the memory, 252 MB it is required. See, so that's why to make the more optimized we have to check how we are means we have to work on the fixed size array. Okay, that's why instead of dynamic we have to work on fixed size array. So this is the basic implementation. So I think the implementation and the logic for this implementation is clear. Okay, so let me wrap up the call here. Thanks all. Bye. Okay, so before wrapping the call, we'll look the Rust implementation. So okay, the same implementation. How can we achieve in Rust? So this is the method k mirror method, which where we are having k value and the n value. Okay, so why we make this n as a mutable? Because we have to update this value later. Okay, that's why I am capturing the n value as a mutable. Now here I am taking two variables result and x, both are as a mutable value. Okay, mutable variable. Now in the while loop, here this is the in C++ we'll write simply n, but in Rust this expression is not work as a boolean expression. Okay, so that's why we need to give here expression n is greater than 0. Now we'll apply a for loop here simply for I in this range. Okay, in this range. if n is 0, then we have to break. Okay, here this right value, take right value and the num value. Okay, both are initialized. Num is initialized as a I64 and right value is initialized here. So we are doing the multiple operation. So as right is of type u size kind of thing. Okay, so that's why we need to take it as a I64. Okay? But let me show you that if we remove this condition from here and will build, it will give us error. Okay, 1 second. It is not giving me any kind of error. It's working fine. Okay, no issue. Let's go ahead to fine. So there is no need to typecast here or show the typecasting. Now there is a method how in Rust will also give the lambda expression also, which is called as closure, or will give in function implementation also in the functions in their implementation is playing room and the is playing room in base k. Okay, so how this will be, this x will we have to achieve as a mutable. Okay, because we have to update the x value in this method. So based on that, we'll create a vector base k here, and while here what we are doing, we are extracting all the digits in base k format. Okay, and append that each digit in the base k list. Okay, base k vector. So after that, we'll call a is playing room method on the base k. In that base k, is in this method is playing room, we are passing as a reference. Okay, reference. See, capturing as a reference, not creating a copy. So here we have to do, means we have to iterate over the list from the 2 point using, we are using 2 pointer approach. One is from left and one is from right, and we'll compare. If means compare all the left element and the right element in the digit array. If it is not equal, then we simply return false, else we'll squeeze it from the left side and right side. Okay, in the end we'll return based on the playing ground condition, it will return true. Okay, so simply if the number is validate, so what we have to do, we have to update our result with their sum of the num integer and update the n count. Okay, by 1. Similarly, we'll do the same for even length playing ground. The same approach here. Okay, so this is the implementation for in Rust. How can we achieve? Okay, so let me wrap up the call here. The implement in this today's call will show the first what we discuss. First, we discuss the approach and the intuition behind the program state. Then we'll see the code implementation using C++ and the Rust. Okay. Thanks all for watching this. Let me wrap up this call here.